Hey everybody, my name is Brent Robinson and I am the Mediocre Pilot. In this video, I'm going to do a short introduction about myself, talk about my story and my journey as a pilot, and also kind of give you an idea of what the purpose of this channel is all about. So I started flying back in 2004. As you can see from my ball cap, I'm a retired United States Navy Chief Petty Officer. I did 20 years, and in those 20 years, one of my duty station was up at Recruit Training Command, Great Lakes, Illinois. I was a drill instructor for Navy boot camp, and while I was there, I actually got the opportunity to take my flight instruction. Flew out of Waukegan Regional Airport. The FBO was Waukegan-Wiggins, and that's where I learned and got my instruction. So I started flying in 2004, and due to the nature of my job as a drill instructor, I wasn't able to be as committed to it in a time manner that I should have been. So it took me probably longer than it should have if I had been able to dedicate that time. So I actually got my ticket and did my check ride and got my ticket in 2005, just before I transferred from Great Lakes. And that's kind of actually where my flying career halted for a little while. My next duty station was actually in Hawaii, and I went there with the grand idea and illusion that I would be able to rent planes and do some island hopping and some sightseeing while I was there. Well, if you've ever been to Hawaii, you know that everything there is more expensive than it is here on the mainland. And also, the day that I went down to do my check ride, the baggage compartment on the 172 that I was going to fly that day would not stay latched. And the gentleman who was going to do my check ride for me is like, hey, no problem. We can throw some duct tape on there and we'll get you up in the air. And I was a brand new minted pilot. And I was like, I'm not flying anything that you have to duct tape together. So get it fixed. I'll come back next week and we'll do the check ride then. Well, that was in, late part of 2005. Which was also pretty much when the economy tanked. And so the next week, even though that the door was fixed, the prices for fuel and everything had gone through the roof, and it was just not economically feasible for me at that time to fly at all. So all my grand plans of flying in Hawaii kind of went by the wayside. So Hawaii was also where I met my wife. She's a wonderful woman who has encouraged me to get back into flying. So I have her really to thank for starting me back on my aviation journey. But we met, got engaged, and transferred to our last duty station. She's actually retired Army, so don't ask me about that just yet. So we retired and settled into our retired life in Greensboro, North Carolina, actually a little town outside of Greensboro. And that was in 2010. And so in the intervening years, she's actually got me a couple different discovery flights for my birthday, just to kind of keep me into it. She knew that I had my pilot's license. She knew that I enjoyed flying, that I wanted to kind of get back into it. So those were ways that she could help me scratch that itch. The last time that she did that for me was actually when we were up in Maine last year, 2020. She got me a discovery flight. A gentleman took me up. We flew from Augusta, Maine, up to Bangor, Maine. It was a 172 Cutlass, so it was retractable gear. And that was my first time flying anything other than a standard 172. And so I was really excited to get back into it. And my wife's like, hey, you still got some time left on your GI Bill. Why don't you check in to see about getting your IFR started and use up your GI Bill? And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. Now, currently we're out in Oregon, and my wife is actually a traveling dietitian. That's what she got into after she retired from the Army. And so we're out here in a contract job for her in Hermiston, Oregon. Now, a couple of the videos that I've already got posted up on the Mediocre Pilot channel is me flying the Grumman AA-5 Traveler, which is a low-wing aircraft, which is actually a really fun airplane to fly, but not what I was originally trained in. So those videos are available for your enjoyment. And so the next step is to really, once we leave here come June, I'm going to make my way back to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm going to go and begin my IFR training in August of this year, trying to get that knocked out. And the plan is to be able to video as much as that training to share with you guys. Not for the purpose of flight instruction. That's not the goal of any of these videos that I'm putting out or putting together. If you're interested in getting into general aviation, becoming a pilot, please message me through the channel. You can shoot me an email, themediocrepilot@gmail.com. I'd be happy to answer some general questions for you, but again, they're no means meant to be instructional information. I can help you maybe find a good FBO that has a flight instruction capability, tell you to go take your discovery flight. That's where pretty much every pilot who's ever gone through training has got their start, was with an introductory flight. And so yeah, if you got any questions, please feel free to ask. But again, these videos are not intended for any type of instructional purposes whatsoever. But yeah, so what's the purpose of this channel besides me putting out some flying videos that I do whenever I get the chance? Really and truly is pretty much the purpose for anybody who's on YouTube and the aviation community, is to share our love of the general aviation community itself. There's so much that you can do within general aviation. Go to small airports, go for a discovery flight, take a scenic flight down the Columbia River Gorge, go have lunch at a nearby airport and stuff. And that's really kind of what everybody kind of gets into it for. At least that was what I got into it for. General aviation just opens up the world so much to you. And so that's what the purpose of this channel is to show you the different things that you can do within the general aviation community, and maybe encourage somebody or inspire someone to take that leap. Maybe they've considered becoming a pilot and they want to see what it's all about. Maybe they see my videos and that kind of helps spur them along. I know I've been encouraged and inspired by other people's videos that I've seen on YouTube, and it's helped me want to kind of echo what they've done in hopes of giving back to this community and stuff. So that's really what the point of this channel is all about. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you'll go and check out some other awesome YouTube aviators that are out there. The list is numerous, but I do have some of their channels on listed as a featured channel on my channel. So check them out. Just do a search for aviation videos and you can spend literally hours in front of your device watching these videos and stuff. So that's really what the point of this channel is going to be. Again, I'm hoping to be able to put out more videos as I get deeper into my flying time. Right now, I'm really just a low-hour pilot. I've got probably about 70 hours. Again, that's the point of this channel, is to just encourage other people to, maybe they have that dream of getting their pilot's license, and to maybe help them along the way with some encouragement and some inspiration. Don't think that you're too old to do it. Again, I did mine back in 2005 and I was in my mid-30s. As you can see, I've definitely aged some since then. I'm getting ready to be 50 this September. And hey, you still learn and you still do it and you still have a good time doing it, and you meet some awesome people along the way. So again, that's really the goal of this. And yeah, so give us a look. Give us some subscriptions if you like. Some thumbs up would be appreciated. If you have any questions, shoot me a comment in the comments down below. And until then, until I get to post out my next video, again, this is Brent, and this is the Mediocre Pilot, and I'll be talking to you later. Peace.